I've seen everyone posting their builds, so let me show you what's done with mine. It's a XI all-wheel drive. It's got a GT35, a Max, and that is the billet wheel. Aluminum valve cover, 2.5 downpipe. I'm gonna widen that for 3-inch. They said you couldn't boost XIs because of the bulkiness. Well, you can. Just have to have a little bit of a finesse. I had to cut here to fit the charge pipe through. It is rubbing against this because all of this was done in separate times. So the turbo was built before like the charge pipe, and then I said, oh shit, I need a charge pipe. Not great at welding cast, so I had to like route it from down there. It does work. It does restrict boost, no boost creeps. What else? Oh yeah, so that is a bottom mount. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's a bottom mount, and I was broke. I was like, shit, you know, my YouTube channel is broke builds. How can I save some money? Picked up a bottom mount for $100, slapped it on, and it sits almost to the valve cover, so you're gonna have to cut a piece off the valve cover. It doesn't leak oil or anything, it doesn't harm it. It's been like that for the last, what, 1,000 miles or something? No, 500 miles. And I got a 45-degree T3 to T3 adapter, cut it and put a T3 T4 adapter on it, like a T3 T4 flange hybrid, and welded it at an offset. If I just welded it like if I just put it on how it was, it would have just been facing here and hitting the valve cover. So I had to do that to clear it. At the moment it's not really great because I did a lot of modifications. I was planning to trash this hood anyway because got in an accident. Heard it was aluminum. Turns out I'm not even sure if it is aluminum anymore because it cuts like steel, feels like steel, rusts a little bit like steel, but I don't know. They said it was cast aluminum, so I'm gonna trash the hood. When I get that B30, if you know, the 2.5s came with well, the 25s came with 2.5s. I need a 3-liter because you gain 50 extra horses from the cams, bottom end, pistons, rods, intake boot. So that's way better than what this is. 189, currently sitting at about almost 300, but the torque is really crappy. Still in tuning, so that's what it is. But I was just planning on doing the dump, but then when I did the dump, now the turbo hits on this end. If you take a look at it, I moved the turbo over. It was originally sitting here. It was originally more to this side, but then I tried to move it so it would stop hitting the hood, and it got worse, and I had to cut here, and this is what it does. This is where it originally was. Now it's here and here. So, and I can't run a filter because filter did this. So when I get that engine, I was planning on, but now I'm looking at it, might not be possible, might be possible. I was planning on doing a twin turbo setup just for the looks of it, because I saw RB the other day and it had like twin turbos at an offset. I was like, damn, I've never seen an M54 with twin turbos on it. But yeah, I need now a twin turbo car. So when I get the engine, I'll build my own manifold and This turbo is gonna have to be further out here. Wastegate's gonna have to go dump it. It's gonna have to have a two recirculating cold wastegates to keep boost running, because it's gonna have major lag, especially since I'm only gonna run it on one bank at a time. So 3 cylinders to 1 turbo, 3 cylinders to 1 turbo. Might be GT35s, I'm not sure about spool time, but it's gonna complicate things, and it's gonna be a little bulky because we already have limited space in this shit. So I'm looking at getting a turbo here and another one here or something. I don't know. Or I saw a guy did a M57 turbo. What he did was he added one up top, one down bottom. That sounds great. Like I said, I'm not sure. But when we get to the drawing board, we'll see. Someone said it didn't make sense, but like I said, it's just for like the aesthetics. But moving on, I got 600cc injectors, manual pressure regulator, adjustable. This is the, what is that, the HPX, the Pamas MAF. This is for oil cooling, because I'm really obsessed with cooling. You need cooling. You can run anything, but you need proper cooling. Keeps the car under 200 degrees Fahrenheit most of the times. When it's a little hot, it just jumps to 290, 219, but that's about it. What else is there? No fuel line upgrade yet, but I am running a Kemso 340 LPH fuel pump, regular intercooler, and I think that's about it for engine wise. So as I would tell my subscribers and viewers, you have to modify shit. Just modify it until it works, because they said, oh well, it's gonna be difficult. Oh, I still retain AC though. Did run into a little hiccup because a line down there exploded. You can see it right there, the fat line that goes into there that you feed. I think you give it some more Freon or whatever. It exploded at first. That's because it was sitting in between the wastegate and the turbo. Got too hot, exploded, and I didn't have any AC. But now I have AC, all the lines clear, no more heating issues on that part. I am gonna run cause I realize issue these engines have, if you don't run it right, you're gonna have issues with the CCV over boosting and whatever boost got into the crankcase with the stock one, and it started leaking out here through the valve cover. So now it's vented, but I'm gonna route this line over here into the intake, so it just sucks it in. I think a Venturi effect or something, I don't remember, but that's the plan. It sucks in all those fumes. I don't get any fumes, but the line here is a little small, so in order to cheat the system a little bit, you need something to suck it out, because if it's flowing out by itself, it's a really slow process, because this, like, here is the only place it's coming out of now. So in order to cheat the system, you now need to suck it out. I tried the vacuum system via this here, didn't work, so I canceled that. Strut brace from maxspeedingrods, coilovers, maxspeedingrods. Need new tires up front. This is for an e46. If you could tell, it's not really seated flushly, and I sprayed it in the original color, but because I didn't buff it and this car is like 23 years old, it looks like the newer part. A lady hit my car once and insurance didn't want to pay for it, so I had to spray this myself too. eBay fitment is really shitty. Oh yeah, it's also on spacers to I like the flush fitment. Moving on to the inside, I have a self-centering shifter for it, but it does not have any what is it? It does not have any spring in it, because it just has the lockout where you lock it out from reverse. Because I've been in traffic before and I'm gazing and not paying attention and boom, oh shit, now I'm in reverse. But it's a 5-speed. I'm gonna get a 6-speed from a 330 XI. Replace the windshield. I did a black interior conversion where I wrapped it myself. I like it. Fixed the sunroof so it opens because it was leaking, which is why I initially took it off. Adapted a pillar gauge from AliExpress because I like when it's on this side and not over here, down here, just hanging here. Like, I like to see everything. It does obstruct your field of view when you're turning like left, but it is what it is. Still have a little bit of work left to be done. Might change this seat because of this right here to give it a fresher look. I did change this seat. I got this from the junkyard where you grab it from the passenger side because they're interchangeable. You just swap it in and there's no more tear there, but you can still see the tear here. Sprayed these. They're a little sticky now. That's because the paint didn't hold. Wrapped everything else in black. The pillars, all pillars are wrapped, all of them. Now it's a flush black interior. Then I had to upgrade the lights to LED because the black is just like siphoning the lights out. Let's give it a little start. Also, when you're buying an AFR gauge, don't cheap out. Because I was initially in El Paso, this is not how the camera is viewing it. It's just broken. You can still see it kinda. You can see where it just brightens, and that's how I'm able to read it, but don't cheap out. It looks good and all, and it worked for about 2 months, then it just didn't. Also, my oil pressure sensor is also broken. And the initial reason why I'm swapping this to a B30 is because car has rings issues. Low on compression, 100 psi is the max on cylinder 1. The rest of them are like a 125, 130, and it's dumping oil in the last 2 cylinders, so on acceleration it dumps a lot of oil. And then when you get back on it, it finally burns it off and comes up the exhaust. Because I did a rear mount turbo setup on this at one point in time, right there. You can see it started right there. It's a full 3-inch exhaust, except for right up here. It's 3-inch and then it turns into a 2.5. I'm gonna fit a 3-inch in there sooner or later. But that's what the car is looking like. At the moment it's on 14.5 PSI. It pulls like crazy. I'm gonna get a video of that soon. Still waiting on the tuner to get back to me. Shout out to Chaos Calibrations because he's been getting me for the past couple months and he's done a pretty great job. Once we get the 3-liter in there, then it's gonna we'll have to start over. But oh yeah, my radio's broken. I got it for $50 on Facebook Marketplace and it just wouldn't turn on one day, so I'm guessing something's wrong. I haven't had the time to take a look at it yet, but that's what it's reading. I'll get a AFR gauge. There's a lot of things to come. I have a lot of like big brake setup. Once it's sitting at 400 horses, put the new wheels on it with the big brakes. Like I said, aesthetics. Self-centering shifter in there because this one just, once you're in 5th, it just like leans all the way over there. So